Hello, alumni friends. It's Troy, the alumni guy, and this, of course, is my favorite day of the week, a Tuesday, where I get to visit with our amazing NHCC alums. And Hodo is incredible. Hodo Dahir joins us. She is an alum of the campus. And Hodo, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Troy.
You,
Glad to be here.
yes, I'm thrilled to be talking with you. You and I had met you a couple times back in the day, and it's so great to always reconnect and see all of the amazing successes that our alums are having, and you're certainly no exception. But we'll get to that audience in just a second. Odo and I were talking off camera, and she wanted to talk about some influential people in her life at North Hennepin.
Yes, thank you, Troy. Hello, everyone. My name is Hodo Dahir, and I went to North Hennepin, and I believe that's where my my interest for social justice as well as a student really sparked. And I've had along the way a lot of mentors as well as people who guided me to become the person I am today. And I've gotten all it started all in there at North Hennepin, and I believe once you find that village in your community, it's always amazing with the growth that you can become. And few people that I would like to mention here today, the previous president of North Hennepin, Dr. Barbara, was one of them. Her amazing leadership on campus, her just her empowering all ladies as well as being fantastic at her job and leading her students, and has always inspired me. And she really did a tremendous job at her job down there. Also, another amazing lady, Jan McFall, who was the dean of the fine arts at one point. But first, I met Jan. Her last class she was teaching was public speaking, and that's where I met her.
Okay.
So she taught me a lot,
Yeah.
and I'm really appreciative of her guidance as well and her support. I'm still in touch with these people up until now. So it's all about the introduction. Once you meet, you can make a lifelong support down there. And also, lastly, Michael Prashard, who was the chief of diversity, who's now the vice president, I believe, at Enver Hills
Yes.
or somewhere down there. But
Mhm.
I could name, the list could go on, but those three people have really definitely were influential at my time at North Hennepin, made me become the student that I really wanted to become, as well as supported me. And I'm thankful for them.
Yes, three incredible people that you mentioned. Of course, Barbara went on to be president of the College of Saint Scholastica, but she is
Yep.
very engaged still with North Hennepin, and we hear from her frequently here in the foundation. Michael
Amazing.
Burchard, great friend of mine as well, is at Inver Hills as their vice president of diversity. Yeah, and finally, Jan McFall, lovely lady, love Jan
Yep.
as well. She retired actually from North Hennepin
Yeah.
about a year ago, maybe something like that. But amazing people. So thank you, Hodo, for lifting them up and saying what you said about it's the connections. It's those people that are formative in your life, which is definitely a theme at North Hennepin Community College. And you chose another favorite question. These two questions are probably the very most popular questions on the coffee break. What would you tell your 18-year-old self?
I would tell myself to take it easy. I think when I was 18 and just out of high school fresh, I was so very excited just to enjoy college and everything. But I didn't give myself much of a time for my mental health as well as a time for myself and all of it. But most importantly, the number one thing I would mention is build a community. I think that's what I did, and that's what worked on me. But another thing, if I didn't not done that, I think it would have been very difficult for me, and I would have not gotten the success that I have. Um, but I would have told myself to take it easy, don't overdo it, but always build your community. The larger you have, the larger support system that you have, the more success you're gonna have. And honestly, go for your dreams.
Oh, great advice. Great advice. And you shared with me too off camera that at North Hennepin, your experience here had a lot of impact on you, and there were choices that you made here. That sounds like it set the course for what you ultimately decided to pursue as a career.
Yes, that is actually is true. When I was at North Hennepin, I was given a lot of opportunities to grow not only as a student but as well as a leader in campus. And those leadership opportunities have allowed me not only expand my knowledge and my open mindedness, but as well as to be not the leader that we wish to be, but a better leader for our community and lead with intention and be a follower as well. So when I was at North Hennepin, I made the conscious decision to be a leader on campus, not only for my community, but as well as represent all students. And since starting that, honestly, up until now, I still represent everywhere when I go everybody. And it's because of my experiences and the choices that I've made at North Hennepin, being part of the Student Senate, being part of a lot of student organization, the MSA, Muslim Student Association, the multicultural, and being a tutor on campus, like those little decisions, when you sum it up, it makes a big impact on you. At that time, maybe I wasn't thinking it would maybe in my life, but it definitely did. And it was a pivotal moment in my life, which I'm really grateful for.
So you're in a position right now, Hodo, where you are a case investigator for COVID for the Minnesota Department of Health. That's one of two jobs that you hold. But I think our audience would be really curious about what is entailed in a case investigator for COVID.
Yeah. Yes, I do work with the Minnesota Department of Health as a case investigator for COVID, and it's very unfortunate to have this job, but it's also very fulfilling for me to be part of the uh, compact on against COVID. And I really am grateful for this opportunity, not only to interpret it for my community and tell them the facts rather than saying, hey, this is nothing is wrong, but just stay home. But what I do as a COVID investigator is I talk to people and follow them up with their positive COVID, ask them questions about how they've been the past few days, where they've been, and then we write them down. And we sometimes it's really hard because people don't want to hear the truth, and so it's really important that to know everybody to know that COVID is serious and it's something that's definitely impacting all of our lives everywhere. But just pray as well as let's hope that all these things by the end of this year, hopefully, we'll have um, some sort of vaccine or something to really overcome it. But every single day is not getting easier. The numbers in our state, I don't know if anybody's following it, but we're getting higher numbers every single day. The death toll is still going on, but there's nothing we really can do. And as a case investigator, I believe it's personally for me, it's my responsibility to inform the community and tell them to quarantine and isolate themselves to better keep the community safe and themselves and their family as well. But fingers crossed.
Yes, yes. Well, Hodo, thank you for your very important work in this area. What a joy it's been to visit with you here and catch up a little bit. And I thank you so much for being on the NHCC Alumni Coffee Break and just all the best to you.
Thank you so much, Troy. I've been very honored to be here with you today. And North Hennepin always has been a special place for me. That's where it all started, my journey, I believe. And it is true. And I'm grateful for all of the people I've made, the friends that I've made along, best friends along the way. North Hennepin has always and was driven by student change and making those changes for their students. And I'm grateful to be one of those students that have come out from there and now doing things that I want to do.
Well, we're immensely proud of what you're doing, Hodo, and just keep up the good work. And thanks for your role in keeping all of us safe and educating the public about COVID.
Thank you, Troy.